no sunshine where we from. Only darkness every day.
Scene caught on video when a man in a wheelchair is assaulted in Crown Heights.
What it do, yeah? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am Hemp Juice and NBIC. And again, you know I represent that ROD. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to the ancestors, want to give a shout out to the creators, want to give a shout out to all the El Capulan deities that hover over us, that's waiting for us to reach out so they can get us out this so-called hellhole that we are in. Round of applause for that. I don't know if you guys can hear my round of applause, but round of applause again. Maybe if I take out the echo, you can hear it again. One more time, one more time. I guess not. But yeah. Beautiful day today. Shout out to everybody that was outside. Me personally, I had a long day. Been all over the world, been all over through Brooklyn. Um, Shout out to my son, Nice. You know what I'm saying? We be holding it down. Um, regular day in the field. But neither here nor there, man. I really wanted to have a conversation about something that I seen today. Now, you guys see what's under my screen, man. So let me read it out for you guys, and then we're going to break it down. So, a black man in a wheelchair was attacked by two Hispanic men in Brooklyn. Now, let's correct that. A black man in a wheelchair was attacked by two Jewish men in Brooklyn. And he was scared, Thank God somebody was there. Now, before I unleash myself to talk about the foolery, I would want to play the video. So let's play the video so you guys can hear what's going on. Shall we?
Tonight, that victim is speaking out. And News 12's Rob Flax has this exclusive story.
Yeah, shocking video showing the moment that Troy McLeod is attacked while simply taking his dogs for a walk.
Call 911. Call 911. How can you do that to a man in a wheelchair?
I was in panic and then I tried to get up, but lucky thing someone was there.
Felt like a vengeful vibe to me because for the extent of the situation, there was no need for it.
Troy McLeod says he was taking his dogs for a walk on Lincoln Place when this man, identified as Levi Kabakov, appeared agitated and told McLeod to take his dogs away from his children, something McLeod says he did, adding his dogs were muzzled and not aggressive.
My dogs did not do anything to his children, and even when he was violating me, my dogs still didn't involve themselves to hurt him.
Police say the suspect continued to act aggressively, throwing a wooden block at McLeod and striking him multiple times with a bench before pushing him out of his chair, despite onlookers' attempts to stop him. He now faces 2 counts of second-degree assault. McLeod says the attack has left him with chronic pain in his hands, which he needs to get around.
When he hit me with a big piece of bench, I had to block it twice. So that's why my hand was in pain.
He tells us he wants Kabakov to take responsibility and for people to know it is never okay to resort to violence.
If you have a problem with anything, call someone, take a time out. But you have no right to put your hands or violate anyone for no reason.
How can you do that to a man in a wheelchair?
In Crown Heights, Rob Flax, News 12, Brooklyn.
So, there you go. A black man in a wheelchair was attacked and assaulted by Khazars because they thought that the dog was scaring their child, their children, their kids, whatever you want to call it. Now, before I unleash myself right? Why isn't this national news? Why isn't this on the newspapers? Why Eric Adams is not here? Why hasn't this incident reached his desk? Why? Because I promise you this, if it was the other way around, it would have been chaos. I promise you, if it was the other way around, it would have been chaos. Think about it. Kazar in a wheelchair, walking his dogs, and a bunch of niggas, or let's just say two niggas and their children, are startled by this dog. And the nigga said, yo, get out of here with this dog that you got off a leash. Oh yeah, it was off the leash. Oh, we're gonna read about it. And I'm gonna show you the high level of disrespect. And it was off a leash. And that black man said, then I tell you, cracked him upside the head with everything that you heard, pushed him off. And it was recorded. You know what would have happened to that man? You know what would have happened to that community? You want to know what would have went down with these people eternally? Oh yeah, that trust me, this incident will be spoken of in the synagogue if it was the other way around. And this situation right here might be spoken in their synagogue, but it's gonna be nothing but jokes and laughter. But if it was the other way around, it would have been a plot for get back. Now, why did I want to play this video? But before I even go into why I wanted to play the video, let me share my screen with you guys. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me share my screen. There we go. I want to show you how they try to hide situations, right? Pay attention. It says black man in wheelchair viciously attacked by a New York City white man. They never refer to it as a Jewish. But if the tables was the other way around, let me make sure you guys can hear me. If the tables was the other way around, you understand? They would have said, Jewish man in wheelchair viciously attacked by New York City gang member, New York City convict, or formerly convicted felon, ex-con. They would have had every title to put upon that. But when it comes to us, they try to just minimize it by calling it a white man. But this is not a white man. You know why? You know why I'm saying this is not a white man? You know why I'm saying this is not a white man, people? You know why? Because when they refer to themselves, they don't refer to themselves
Disturbing
as white.
scene caught on video when a man in a wheelchair is assaulted in Crown Heights.
Hold on. They don't refer to themselves as white people. Oh no, no. I remember being in a conference with them and they was like, oh, we got all types of race of people. We got black, we got Chinese, we got white. See, I'm not white. I said, oh really? That's interesting. I'ma note that. To fast forward to something like this, and they try to minimize it and try to act like they don't claim their own personal entity. We're not gonna act. This is what. Hold on, let me share my screen again. Hold on. This is what the powers that be. See, when you don't have no power, they can do whatever they want. Okay? When you have no power, they can do whatever they want. Now, again, people, listen carefully. If the tables was turned, that entire community probably would have whooped that man's ass. But you know what? You know what we would have done if all that would have happened? We probably would have still been begging for mercy. You know why? Check this out, people. Because you guys have been programmed to attack, destroy everything that looks like you. But you always stand down for those that don't look like you. You are supposed to beg for mercy. This is not me saying this, people. This is the facts and how the system is put together. Let's read what this has to say. Tony McGlynn walks with his dogs every single day in his New York City neighborhood. Despite being a wheelchair bound, McGlynn and his pups have maintained a comfortable routine. But everything changed one day when their regular scheduled walk turned life threatening. Let's go. An altercation. Now look. Look how they fix it. An altercation between him and one of his Jewish neighbors, Levi Kavakava, 30 years old, um broke out when Kavala accused McLean's dogs of scaring his children. Now, you see this right here? You see how they always put his children? You see, when you talking about them, you must refer them with honor and respect. If it was the other way around, it would have said such and such and his kids was having a good time and such attack. And you know why, but we're gonna get into that another time. It says, according to News 12, let me make sure I get it. Oh, McLeod says his dogs are trained, and at the time of the incident, his dogs posed no threat. But that's when the white now look, you see how they changed it? Now the white man told McLeod to cross the street, and he did. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm doing a podcast. I'm gonna call you right back. What are you talking about? Yeah, the ring cameras. What alpha beats? What's that? Yeah, those things. No, yeah, say wrong items were sent. No, matter of fact, put chose it by mistake, and then make sure you send it to the one by the crib. All right, and send me the screenshot. My bad, I gotta return something back to Amazon. But yeah, but you see how they replay, you see how they, change it into, the white man told McLeod to cross the street. The white man never told this man to do nothing. It was the Khazars that told him to do something. See, I don't know if they're trying to start a situation between the blacks and the white. I don't know. But what I do know that it seems like this is what they want, because I seen a article. It was on my phone, and it mentioned that. And when I see the word race war, I said, Yeah, they're about to stir something up. With all of this, with all of this immigration and ICE and all of this going on, yeah, they about to turn it up. Yo, bro, check this out. You know what pisses me off the most, guys? You know what pisses me off the most? What pisses me off the most is that you guys still haven't learned that these people.
Disturbing scene caught on video when a
Hold on.
man in a wheelchair.
What pisses me off is you guys still haven't learned the fact that they're getting higher in power because of your ignorance and your continuance of praying to their deities, of your continuance getting down on your knees, calling and giving them that power, taking all your Alkebulan spiritual powers and exposing it and expressing it to something that's not even meant for you to express it in. This is the issues that we are dealing with as people. That we are giving our strength and our power. The only thing that we have control over, we are giving it away freely. We are participating. We are arguing. We are saying to ourselves that we are who they are. We are who they are. They stole it from us because they put ish behind their names, or they did this and where this located and we were sleeping here and there, etc., 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 etc. Hold on a minute. Markel, I just told you I'm doing a podcast, bro. What happened? Markel, everything is there, bro. Just go look at the past orders. You'll see everything there. So, he made me lose my train of thought. My bad, guys. But he really made me lose my train of thought. But at the end of the day, people, you get in and you're giving all your energy and time into things that you are forcing yourself to believe. You're forcing yourself to believe that you are a particular group of people in a book, knowing that these people have purposely written and literally mapped out and orchestrated what they was going to do to you as individuals in 2025, in the 1900s, in the 1300s, and whatever. It was well orchestrated. Think about it. Just think about it. There was plenty of Bibles put together before the KJV came. But the difference between every other Bible and the KJV, the other Bibles did not institute and emphasize the foolishness. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear, look, they had this slavery, this, that. I don't want to hear none of that. I know King James got the best writers to put certain things, rewrite, put it in English, make sure that it fits what the agenda was. The agenda was, and I repeat, the entire agenda was to always colonize you niggas. If I told you that this book and this location goes hand in hand, I can keep you absorbed into my book, which keeps you under my control, which keeps you praying to my gods, which keeps you getting weak, which keeps you at the bottom, which keeps you in a complete agreement of being a slave than an Alkebulan freedman. You see, this is what people don't understand. And these people know that. And they just cranking it up. And I'm seeing where all the Hebrew Israelites. Make sure you Hebrew Israelites is in those communities walking and marching. Don't tell me this man is not as important as Kyrie Irving. Don't tell me you're only doing this to be seen on TV. Don't tell me you're doing this to be seen on TV. I hope you guys ain't doing this just to be seen on TV. I hope you coming out to represent your nation, your people, and stand up to those that's claiming to be you. And you guys said enough is enough. Yeshua is coming back. Yahushua is coming back. The Mashiach is coming back. Christ is coming back. Lord is coming back. You said all of these things. Now the time for you to flex your muscles. You better start flexing. You better get all them 500 Israelites that you guys got walking through Memphis, walking through Cali, walking through New York. Make sure you have these people. Make sure. Make sure. Because when it's time to stand with the biblos and the God that you guys are believing to be the realest, and it's time for you guys to stand 10 toes down and put all your trust and mighty into that man. Never do. You're never there. Some of you guys are all of us is only in these positions because the ancestors and the creators has allowed it. And push come to shove, and there's no other option but to get the whoop whoop to come inside the house. I promise you, the mass majority of you guys, it's only a very handful. It's only a very handful that's going to take it to the dirt. Everybody else is going to conform. Why you say that, Junes? I'm going to tell you why you're going to conform. We have been absorbed and committed and invested mentally, physically, emotionally into these smartphones. We like the gadgets. We like the technology. We like it. It's simple. It's convenient. Why? Why mess it up? We like it. And if hell was to break loose and all of that was to shut down, and it was, and they just say there was just this one mass facility that had everything you need. And all you had to do was be in complete compliance and agreement to the fufu. I promise you, a lot of you guys will fall by the wayside. We as El Kebules have not been tested in years. We have not been tested. We have not experienced the half of what our ancestors experienced. Just for us, just for this lineage to be alive to talk right now in 2025, we don't even have the strength to last 40 seconds in the ring with them. Because the hands that's turning the pot got society where they needed to be, and it is here. And if you guys like this setup, just let me know, because I keep it going. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like it. You know what I'm saying? But these individuals, these people know that they got you by the wayside. They know that we're divided. They know that they know that 80% of households has no nigga in the house. They know that the mass majority of the men, some way, shape, or form, is unhealthy. We can't run a mile. Some of us can't even run to the store. We scared. We afraid to sweat. We afraid to do everything that we used to do naturally. We are afraid. Guess what, people? Black people are also afraid of being in the sun. I've never heard until the last couple of years where I hear black people say, yo, bro, it is too hot. I can't go. I'm not going outside. I'm going to catch a heat stroke. I say, you believe into this heat stroke? Bro, when your body is, first of all, let's check this out. 9 out of 10 times. The people that, first of all, stroke is an artery. Meaning, if you have high blood pressure and you eating bad and you got nothing but grease running through your veins, yes, you're gonna receive high blood pressure. A heat stroke usually is gonna come this way. These dudes be hot as day, and these people want to eat something fried. Hot as day, you want to eat something fried, knowing that you got a condition. So they tie it up with because it was too hot. Come on. My grandfather had a heat. My grandfather had a heat stroke. If you look up the difference between a heat stroke and a regular stroke, it's the same thing. It's nothing because all of it is the same. It's all lies. It's all lies. But these people know that there's no men in the house. They know that we not fit. They know that we unhealthy. They know that we mentally unstable. They know that we can't. They got us on ADHD. They got us on adrenaline. They got us on everything. They got you into the foods. From the minute you come out the womb, you got to take the food. They got us on this. They got us on that. They got us on everything. And the final blow to the coffin was getting to the children at a rapid speed. Girls is 12, 13. I'm arguing with my daughter every day to tell her, relax, enjoy being young. Because when you walk into this real world, when you got to deal with foolishness, when you got to be in a relationship, there's a lot that come with it. And a lot of us are unprepared. A lot of us is jumping into the waters and don't even know how to swim, don't even have a life suit. We jumping into these waters and we don't even have a life suit. Nothing. No lifeguard in sight. This is facts. This is facts. We're unfit. The confidence level of the other nations is at an all-time high. I remember one time I was coming from the congregation. I'm on the FDR. Bro, driving. Yellow cab dude. I don't know what was on his mind. But his son tried to debo me. I was in having it. You know, this nigga put the window down and started talking crazy. Yo, bro, you know I put the thing in park, opened the door. Yo, bro. And even when you opened the door, son was on son, what up? When he seen that I wasn't playing, when I was getting close, son. But I've never had that happen before prior. Let's talk it. I started driving in 2000, 99, 2000. And I've never in my life ever experienced another nation thought it was okay to talk to somebody of my stature. That alone lets you know that the times that we are in. That alone lets you know the times that we are in. And believe it, people. Believe me when I tell you that we are not prepared. We are not ready. 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 All the soldiers are in jail. All the soldiers are dead. All the soldiers are family men. There's absolutely nobody or anything to represent us, bro. And because we have nothing to represent us and we know that we have nothing to represent us, we want to cleave onto something. And because the Bible is the number one selling book, the number one published book, we said that this has to be something of us. When we fail to realize that this is nothing but a demonic story. That the story that you're reading is literally was written and given unto you. That if you wanna prove something and you wanna stand on something, you have to provide the intel. You have to provide the documentations. I'm not saying I'm not saying that the creators don't exist. All I'm saying is that the creators has nothing to do with the Biblos. And I'ma stand on that. And the only way for you to remove somebody like me, the El Kebule kidnap representative, the only way you could move me is to provide me with the actual writings. So I could put an end to my digging down the rabbit hole. Because I've been like, yo, why go down the rabbit hole? I could just stay right here. This is where I need to be. This is the facts. But nobody's able to prove that. Not only can they not prove it, not only can they not prove it, but their justification is based on locations. Is based on locations that is written in English in an El Kebulan. When did we start speaking English, people? In the 1900s. This is when we started speaking. And I just ordered a book. It's called The Cosmos, is the Bantu Spirituality, Cosmos, etc., etc. This is getting this knowledge of understanding of who we are from an El Kebulan. And we're gonna take that and we're gonna read it. And when I'm gonna bring forth, I promise you, I'm gonna bring forth all information that I find. I'm gonna bring forth all information that I find. Because we know in the late 1800, 1900, this is when the commandments made its way to South Africa. This is when the English language became a forced language upon the people. That if you was living in El Kebulan, you had to learn English. It was mandatory. That's why you see a lot of El Kebulans that come from El Kebulan come to America, they can speak English, especially those that come from families that got money. Oh, they speak in English. They speak in all the languages, actually, because it was a must. It was a must. Now, again, how did an English location, an English name, end up in a location, in a land that never spoke English until 1800, late 1800, 1900? Yeah, I'll let you marinate on that. And when you go down the rabbit hole, people, and you see who occupies El Kebulan, who gets the most barbecue chicken. Let's just put it like this. It ain't France pimping. But nobody's gonna talk about it. But guess who's gonna talk about it? I am. I am. Because I feel like you guys still does not see what the heck is going on. And you would never see as long as you is bowing on your knees, getting on your knees. Slave mentality. That is the slave position, getting on your knees. This is what you call, I am nothing but a submissive, obedient servant. And King James authorized to make sure that that was included. So when you wake up in the morning and you get on your knees, and when you say it's Saturday and I'm not gonna, I'm gonna take the time out to just rest and close my eyes and say kumbaya, my Lord. When you do that, and when you see all that is you doing is getting you absolutely nowhere. When you see that all that investment is literally for nothing. When you see that this is when shit like this would never happen. So I remember when something like this happened in 1993. Oh, it was a bloodbath. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that. Let me find that. Let me see if I can. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. It's called the Crown Heights riots. I was alive. It was crazy. Yeah. Oh, my bad. It was 91. I was 6 years old. Facts. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let me share my screen. Facts. Yeah. Facts. This is the Crown Heights riots. Was a race riot that took place from August 19th to August 21st, 91, in the Crown Heights sections of Brooklyn. New York City black residents attacked Orthodox Jewish residents, damaging their homes and looted businesses. The riot began on August 19th, 1991, after two 70-year-old children of Guyanese immigrants was unintentionally struck by a driver running a red light while following the motorcycles of Rabbi Menachem Mendel Shikashern, the leader of the Shabbat, a Jewish religious movement. One child died, and the second was severely injured. Right. In the intimate aftermath of the fatal crash, black youth attacked several Jews on the streets, seriously injuring several and killing an Orthodox Jewish student from Australia. Over the next 3 days, black rioters looted stores and attacked Jewish homes. 2 weeks after the riots, a non-Jewish man was killed by a group of black men. Some believe that the victim has been mistaken for a Jew. The riots were a major issue in the 1993 mayor race, contributing to the defeat of Mayor David Dinkins, a African American. Okay, opponents of Dinkins said that he failed to contain the riots, with many calling them Pogoman, emphasized that was seen as a complicity of New York City political leaders. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this, but I remember this. I remember my mom saying, everybody stay in the house. It was crazy. It was real. It was real. But again, I'm not here to stir this up. I'm here to let brothers and sisters know that this is where we at as individuals. You see, back in 93, it wasn't a lot of individuals invested into this ideology. We were still in the streets. It was drugs still going on. It was gangsters still running around. The laws wasn't as severe as it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes was getting away. And I'm not here to boast that, but I'm just here to let you know that it was warriors outside. You understand? And yeah, we was doing the foolishness amongst each other, but Anybody outside that violated, we used to violate, bro. I remember when the police killed my little man Kiki, man, we violated. But I was just mad at my niggas was just like, yo, bro, you violated the hood. You was supposed to take that talent to South Beach. The only thing that they did, and I give nothing but respect and honor to, is they took it to the precinct and they violated. And they wanted all the smoke. Like, yeah, bring all them guns and whatever. Them niggas, all right. You feel me? Like it was like that. And they had to shut down my entire community for months because of this riot right here. They throw them little jabs here and there to see if, if individuals is still body. And this right here, knowing that I'm just not finding about this, I drove past this neighborhood like 3 times today. And to see this, it's absurd. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we have to do better, guys. We're losing ourselves. You have to stop wasting your time submitting yourself to their story that they gave
Scene
you.
caught on video when a man in a wheelchair is.
They gave you that. They gave you that story. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they print. I don't care what they preach. I don't care nothing. They told you that story. That's from their perspective. That's from their understanding. That's from their viewpoint. That is not yours. You can force it. You can fight it as much as you want. All you doing is gonna just disappoint yourself. You're just setting yourself up for failure. I promise you. We need to find our story. Stop wasting your time looking up for King Solomon. F that nigga. Go look up Shaka Zulu. Go look up the things that you are able to have access to. Go learn the things that you're supposed to know. Let's learn it together. There's a lot of things I gotta learn. So much books and so much information. It's like, sheesh, society wasn't lying. The universe wasn't lying when it said that we are living in the year and the times of information. Boy, you're gonna get an abundance of it. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. We have to go through the fire, bro. Your Bible tells you that. You gotta go through the fire so you can come out like fine gold. You guys want to be you guys want to be mosaic diamonds. You guys want to be lab diamonds, genetically modified. This is what you want to be. You don't want to be free. If you want to be free, you know where to find me, man. I'm outside. You heard? This is your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Once again, I am him. You're Jules at NBIC, a.k.a. Mr. Keep My Foot on You Suckers next. If it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means you got to stay on that grind. You understand? Because it's about that time. Time for what? Time for you to go get yours. Because I'm on that journey to go get mine. Are you dumb